Okay, guys and gals, about 10 seconds of the obligatory disclaimer. If you want to read the whole thing, just pause the video. All right. You know, sometimes in life, guys and gals, you get so busy, it's all just coming at you at once. Oh. Yes, sir, Bob, but that's okay. I'm a Christian, so don't hate me, all right? Don't get upset at me. Some of you out there, I know, you don't believe in God. That's fine. That's your choice. I'm not going to beat you over the head with the Bible, but don't get upset with me saying I'm a Christian, okay? Just listen, hear me out for a second before we jump into this video. There's a saying among not just Christians, even popular saying. It's called grace under pressure. And the last couple days, boy, I've been doing the best I can to have grace under pressure. Boy, oh boy, life can be like that sometimes, can it, guys and gals? Financially, you're trying to make good decisions. You know, we're going to talk about trading here in the stock market at the moment. You're trying to make good decisions doing that. The job, maybe relationships, you name it, right? The whole ball of wax, right? It's been a couple days of some intense pressure, but throughout my life, I've discovered with my walk with God that usually, often, out of these things comes maturity. And that's a good thing. Grace under pressure. I'm still working on it. So let's get started with this video. This is a public video for everybody, but also my members. Please, you know, if you're watching this video, you want to leave a comment, okay? I'm going to talk about something really, really important here. Let's go down here to the very bottom, certainty rate. We're looking at the S&P 500, the futures. Okay, I'm looking at the E-micro, E-micro. It doesn't really matter. Today's February 2nd, okay, 2023. Futures already started trading for tomorrow, which would be February 3rd, which would be a Friday, right there. All right. You can see I got a little position going on here, a little short side position. Very aggressive. This is aggressive. I wouldn't recommend doing what I'm doing here, even to my members. I'm just taking a little nibble on a one short futures contract. You can see I'm down 11 bucks, 11.25. 11 bucks, that's what we say in the United States. Bucks means dollars. 11.25, 11 bucks. That little green candlestick there. If it goes green at all, I'll cut this position loose and take a small loss. But if it stays red throughout the night, we're good to go. All right, let's talk about what I think is going to happen and what I see happening right now, okay? You see up here I got some resistance, 41.83. Look at this cycle right here. This is a purple cycle. For those who are not familiar with cycle analysis, basically, with cycle analysis is an element of time, and we generally expect to see price declines wherever these cycles come down and come together, like right here. You can see that happened here. You can see it happened here, right? Here, though, and we get these kind of cycles and the market's real strong, very strong cycle. The entire cycle, all the way over to here, has been very strong. Look at that. Amazing. So there's been a change of behavior in the market, right? That's number one. We can easily see the change of behavior. So the previous cycle is this one right here, this previous cycle. And this is the high right over here. Well, we just pierced the high in the new cycle, this one right here. We just, today, with that little wick at the top, overtook the previous cycle's high. That's a big deal. That is a big deal. That's a very bullish occurrence, okay? All right, I still think we'll get a pullback, but just before I get started on that, this is very bullish. Very strong. Very strong. A few last week, week before, I was expecting a big decline down here. Didn't happen. Guess what? I didn't get it right. Oh my gosh, call the National Guard, call the military. Oh my gosh. Right. Not always going to get it right every time, guys. That's just the way it is. Right? We go by what we see in the market, and we make the best decisions we can based on the evidence and the data, okay? All right. But I still think we're going to see a decline here. It just may not be as deep. So let's talk about that. Why do I say that? A couple things. First of all, the certainty rate, which is based on external data that has nothing to do with the marketplace. Nothing. Okay? This is I'm not going to get too deep in this. Some people know approximately what this data is, but they don't necessarily know how I interpret it. They may know the source of the data, but they don't know exactly how I'm interpreting it. And I'm not going to tell you, okay? Because otherwise, why have a business? I run a small business, right? Some things you just, people are paying for a service here, right? I charge $5.99 for the membership, which is super dirt cheap. Okay, so if after watching, I'll put up on the screen, if after watching this video, you want to join my service, you can. $5.99 a month. I put out a nightly email to all the members. Okay. I give my opinion, because I don't give financial advice. I give my opinion in a nightly email. I occasionally put out member videos. Will be like this, but more specific for the members, not for the public. Okay, and of course you get access to the Discord server, and I'm on there most days. Okay, so you get to read about my opinions about what's going on. There's other members who are chatting and discussing, so it's a great environment. And I try to keep the Discord server, a very happy place as best as I can, right? I don't like toxic comments, and I don't like toxic people. I usually deal with that as best as I can, so I'll try to keep the server squeaky clean as best I can, okay? So you're going to get a nice environment. Okay, there's always a few in there that try to make trouble, but whatever, that's life. All right, so that's what you get. All right, and while you're at it, I'll put up on the screen here. Go over to my new website, which I'm still working on, getischarts.com. You can register for free, and when that site goes live, and I move the payments off of YouTube over to there, which I haven't done yet, but when I do, you'll get emailed. Okay, and you can come back to the website and you can log back in with your email, which is your login and your password. And, you can sign up for whatever you want to sign up for, right? The $5.99 over there, okay? All right, back to the video. So this certainty rate, which has been very helpful, the last, let's see, how many days here? Bear with me here. It's been 0 for 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row. 4 days in a row, this indicator down here has been 0. You can see it's flat down here, right at the bottom, right? Okay. That's actually a good thing, guys and gals, because when the certainty rate changes and bounces up, especially if it bounces up pretty strong, and I'll talk about what strong means, I'll reserve that for members only, okay? But when it bounces up strong, that's usually an indication the market's going to change direction really soon, okay? It hasn't done that in 4 days. That's a good thing. That's actually a nice scenario. We want that, okay? So that's number one. This probably will happen at some point. I just don't know when. So we're keeping an eye on the certainty rate for it to change from 0 to something higher, okay? All right, second, the Big Daddy forecast, one of my own indicators that I've put in some logic in here, and these dots, like you see, let's see, for an example, this dot right here, it's called a divergence dot, okay? You'll notice when the divergence dot showed up, almost like the next day, the market started declining. Okay, and it happened here too. This one was a little bit dirtier, as they say. It took a day, and then it came back down, right? So it forecasted. This is what's called Big Daddy forecast. It's actually forecasting the future, what the market's going to do in the future. Okay, that's what this indicator is doing. Okay, so when we see dots like that, like this one wasn't great. These two were. That one was just because the market chopped sideways. We didn't get really much down except for that day right there. So you could have made a little bank on that day if you were patient. Okay, but anyway, most of the time when we get divergence dots, we see a pullback in the market. Well, lo and behold, look what we got going on here. Okay, so why is it a big deal? Because look, divergence dots, guys, on the S&P 500 don't, at least lately, don't happen very often. So when I see this, I make a note of it, right? Make a mental note, like, whoa, okay, what's going on here? Okay, and normally when I get a divergence dot, both on the Big Daddy and the SMI, like we're seeing here, then I'm really starting to pay attention to the market for a pullback. Okay, obviously the market's been very strong through this entire cycle. So I say this with a word of caution, right? We're not just going to jump in and take 5 contracts. This is an E-mini, so for me it's a pretty small position. But whatever would be considered big for you, like let's say the instead of the micro, let's say you did like 10 E-minis was big for you. I'm not going to go do that. It's crazy, right? Because this market's very strong right now. So I'm kind of testing the waters with this little small position. All right, so because I want to see what this does, right? If it gets too out of control, like I said, I'll have a stop loss, get out, and we go on to the next trade, right? All right. So that's the two things that are really, really standing out to me. We got Big Daddy and the Stochastic Momentum Index, which I just reworked a little bit with some of my own logic and put in some divergence logic in here. That's why it's called SMI instead of Stochastic Momentum Index, but it's the same thing. Except the Stochastic Momentum Index obviously doesn't have my divergence logic in it, okay? So you got that going on, these two, which are screaming, get ready for a pullback. And you've got this just ready to do a little bounce, okay? So I think we'll get the bounce. I wish I could tell you it's tomorrow. I just don't know that, all right? And I'd rather just be honest with everybody and tell you I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I feel like it's going to happen soon. Now, it may not be a big pullback, right? Because this market's been on fire, right? Everybody knows the market's on fire. So I think I said this in maybe my members video a couple days ago. Might have been a public video for everybody. I don't remember. But I said we're in a transition between a bear market and a bull market. I think, after we get done with this little pullback, however deep it goes, for months on end, I think in 2023 we're going to see a bullish market. But that doesn't mean the bear market's over, guys. I think late 2023, maybe 2024, we're going to see the bear market return. Okay, so but meantime, we can all make some bank. Okay, that's fine. Most people trade stocks. That's why they like a bull market. Okay, I trade futures, and I want to say this: the difference between a veteran trader. I've been trading for 35, 40 years, all different types of products, bonds, stocks, options, futures, currency, which is Forex. I've done some private equity. I mean, when I was a young practically a boy, I was doing savings bonds. So you name it, I've probably invested and traded just about everything. All right. So I just want to say that veteran traders don't get caught up in and I see even some of my members do this. I'm not jumping on the back of my members, so just hear me out here. I see a lot of people, including some of my members, they have this bulls versus bears. It's very common. A lot of people view the market as like an NBA or an NFL football game or a soccer game. I'm sorry, that's amateur hour stuff. Okay, it's total amateur hour. You got to get that stuff out of your head. Real veteran traders make bank no matter what the market's doing. I'll say that again. Real traders are looking to profit and make bank no matter what the market's doing. Bullish or bearish, even sideways. Choppy markets. They're going to use mostly option strategies to extract what little profit they can out of the market chopping sideways. Because, there's months and years where that happens too, where the market's just going like this. Okay? So I encourage you. I know a lot of people can just be shaking their heads and telling me no, and they're just speaking underneath their breath or yelling at the screen right now. I don't care. I hate bears. They ruin the market. Listen, just take a couple deep breaths and just try to understand. If you're a bulls person, only bulls or only bear, you're missing 50%. Flip a coin. On little pullbacks and bounces, you're missing half the time to make profit. Maybe some markets that's only 25% of the time. Sometimes maybe it's more. It doesn't really matter. So just mature as a trader, right? Don't get caught up in bulls versus bear. Leave that for the amateurs, okay? It's time for you to step up your game and become a better trader. And one of the things you need to do is change your mentality. If you're only trading stock, which a lot of people are, that's why they only want to trade. They only go with the bull mentality. A whole lot of bull. No pun intended. Because it's really hard to make money shorting stock, right? It's not so easy to short stock. You can use options on some stocks, and that's great. Okay? Just don't get caught up in only trading bullish or bearish markets. Do yourself a favor. Begin to embrace trading no matter what the market does, and you're going to increase your opportunity for profit, and you're going to mature as a trader. All right? All right, so that's my take on the market. So I know it's a little bit of a long video, but if you stuck with me this far, that's really good. I think we're going to get a pullback. The signs are showing it. No, I can't tell you it's tomorrow or the next day, but I think it's going to happen soon, relatively soon, a few days, week, I don't know. This market's very strong, so it's hard to tell exactly when it's going to happen. It may be over here in March instead of this February 8th thing, But don't be shocked if you see like some massive red days coming here, right? It could happen. All right. So that's my take. All right. You see me right here. I'm going to finish up this video with this. I have a really small short position because I understand this market's super strong right now, going to the moon, right? But the reason why I took this trade is, check this out, guys. I'm going to finish the video with this, even though I said this multiple times. I'm using all my tools in the toolbox. I don't just look at my indicators and go, ooh, ah. I look at everything. And why am I taking this short side trade? Yes, I see this going on here with these indicators, but you know what really got my attention today? This is what we call a shooting star. At least at the moment it is. It reminds me of this little shooting star candlestick right there, which really didn't stay a shooting star because it got taken out. Okay, but at the moment, just for the moment, right now tonight, this qualifies as a shooting star. By tomorrow, it may be null and void, but right now it's a shooting star. And if this candlestick continues to go red, which it may or may not, but if it does, okay, I'm just hedging that this thing's going to come down, right? And I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to watch the price action, and if I make some bank here tonight, I might close the position and just take my profit. If it's just going crazy red, then I'll hang in there until tomorrow. So that's what you got to do as a trader. You've got to look at everything. You got to take in as much as you can throughout your years as you mature as a trader and utilize every tool in the toolbox, okay? That's what I'm doing right now here today. That's what I'm doing as you see it right before your eyes. By tomorrow morning, this position could be totally, garbage. But I would have cut it loose long before then, right? I'll have my stop loss in place before I go to bed and do whatever I got to do, right? But one thing I notice about the computer algos, if you have a stop loss, they will hunt that sucker down and they'll do everything in their power to trigger that stop loss. And generally speaking, guys, that's why I don't put stop loss orders in, because I know the algo will go find it. Normally, I just wait. If I can wait and put my order in right at the split moment when I need to do it, that's always best. Okay, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, you can join my members only service for $5.99, super cheap. Again, you get the nightly email of my opinion of what the market's going to do. You get access to the Discord server, and you occasionally will get members videos. It just depends what the market's doing. I don't put out a members video every night. Just depends what's going on. Okay, I'm going to be watching the certainty rate data over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's right. It comes in through the weekends as well. And we'll just wait to see if we get any kind of bounce on this. Okay, that's it, guys. Listen, everybody, love one another, forgive one another. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.